An East Tennessee man found himself arrested after falling victim to an old scam targeting people looking for easy ways to get money. Consumer reporter Don Dare says it is a reality that financial scam victims are sometimes secondarily charged with crimes like forgery or theft.
Rick Taylor likes to tinker with his old Chevy pickup. At 65 years old, he's a retired truck driver, disabled from diabetes, and draws a small monthly Social Security disability check. While driving big rigs, Rick says he never had a speeding ticket, never got into trouble, until recently. On July 16th, he was arrested on 2 felony charges. Here's what happened. It started when a woman calling herself Mary, the picture here is bogus, began messaging him on TikTok in late June. He says she told him there's a free federal program to help seniors pay off their bills. He was then given the name of a person who called herself Mavis.
She said that she had gotten money from Mavis. She didn't say a name of a company. She said Mavis. That is Mavis.
This picture is likely stolen from the internet as well. Rick says Mavis wanted to know all about him. She asked about his home and where he lived. He told her about his passion for trucks. Almost immediately, he qualified for the program.
We're talking about a large sum of money that they were going to send me, plus a very expensive pickup truck.
How much money?
$150,000.
Knowing he liked trucks, Rick was sent this picture of a shiny red pickup that he qualified to receive. He says Mavis directed him to the Bank of Tennessee in Knoxville, where he was told to open an account so his winnings could be directly deposited. But first, there were processing fees to be paid and sent to Mavis.
They weren't going to send me $150,000 all at once. They were going to direct deposit large amounts, but in the beginning, we were going to do the checks.
So you could pay the processing fee?
Yes.
In early July, Rick says Mavis sent him checks from Wells Fargo, telling him falsely that his winnings had been deposited into the account with his name and address. At that point, Rick says he was told to withdraw money from his new bank account.
This is a check written by me to me that I deposited in Bank of Tennessee. Took out cash, a small amount for me, and she would tell me how much.
Mavis would?
Mavis would. And she would tell me to take the rest and go buy Apple cards.
And he followed her directions.
There's hundreds of these pictures of those Apple cards. Every time I took a picture, I sent it with my phone, so I have a picture of the Apple card. But some of the checks would be like $4,500. I would get 500 of it, and I was still paying my processing.
Rick estimates he sent thousands of dollars in Apple cards to Mavis. This 2-page Knoxville police report says defendant stated he received money from the bank on July 9th, July 10th, the 13th, 14th, and finally on the 15th. The total was $4,900. Rick says he did not intentionally try to steal money from the Bank of Tennessee because he believed the checks he was writing on the Wells Fargo account were real.
When I got the checks and they cleared, is when I really thought, well, maybe this is the real thing.
The person calling herself Mavis now wanted more money from Rick. She directed him to Commercial Bank in Fountain City, where he was to open a second account and deposit $3,000 from the Wells Fargo account, according to the police report.
Everything backfired. I feel that I was a victim.
Was he a victim or not? When Rick presented the Wells Fargo check to Commercial Bank and told them about how he had received money from the Bank of Tennessee, the police report says Commercial Bank's manager contacted the Bank of Tennessee and was told Mr. Taylor's account was closed due to abuse. That's when Rick was arrested at Commercial Bank.
2 felonies. One was forgery and one was theft.
Pretty serious.
Very serious. I'm ashamed of what I did. I feel that I'm ignorant.
Today, Rick is out on bond. His preliminary hearing is set for August 31st with the public defender representing him. Plus, he owes the Bank of Tennessee nearly $5,000.
Now, Rick says the agency that Mavis claimed she represented sounded official, so he never doubted her until he was handcuffed. And that's when reality hit. Scammers are good at tricking victims into cashing fake checks and moving stolen money through fake bank accounts. It's not very often, though, that a victim is charged with forgery and theft. The banks in this case followed procedure after their fraud departments discovered the fake account and the large amounts of money being withdrawn. Commercial Bank sent us this email within the hour. It says, "We are proud of our employees for putting their training into action and recognizing the signs of potential scams or financial fraud. We are doing our part to identify and prevent fraud, and we encourage everyone to stay alert when communicating with unfamiliar people." We'll continue to follow this story, Elena.
All right, thank you, Don. And if you have a consumer question or problem for Don, you can send him an email. That's ddare@wate.com. You can also give him a call at the phone number 865-633-6923.